Hello everybody, it's me George here for another video I'm doing on politics right now. My new little segment called My Two Cents. So anytime you see that, it's going to be on politics. So the primaries are just finishing up, and the other big election, the main one coming up in November, I think it's November 4th, who are going to be the ones that are going to be battling out. I'd say it's going to be Trump for sure on the Republicans and Clinton on the Democrats. I've had a lot of people say, well, I'm voting for Clinton or I'm voting for Bernie because I hate Trump. No, you vote for the person not because you hate the other opponent. You vote for the person because of what they believe in. You know, Trump, he speaks his mind. He's honest of what he says. You know, we have to be tough in America. We have to let the countries know because we're making ourselves look weak. We don't sit there and pander towards other countries like that, because then we don't have the respect that we need. I think that's the problem in this country that other countries around the world are not doing. That we're not getting the respect. Trump, even though yes, he did file for bankruptcy a couple of times, but that was in his early days when he was starting out. Now he's big and strong. It's very hard for him to sit there and think he's ever going to file bankruptcy ever again. I doubt it. He knows how to use money and how to spend it and how to use it and how to make more money. That's why the rich are rich and the poor are poor. Politicians are just crooks. And let me just say this. Have you ever thought that someone that is not a politician can do a better job? He's, over the years, being in business, he knows about something about economics, about foreign relations, because he's done business internationally, about education, and about other areas that a lot of people just don't take him for granted. All right? Don't think that Hillary's any better over the years, the things she's done, about the video release of her when she was a lawyer and she helped she did try to free that one guy that tried to kill this other woman, and try to get him scot-free, and she was laughing about the whole situation. And she knew the guy was guilty, and she did what she had to do, even though she's a lawyer, but she's pure fucking scum. Let's see, what else? Foster, getting killed. And we know she's responsible for it, and other people taking the fault is bullshit. Kosovo, Benghazi, the whole email incident, I feel like it's still going on. A Secretary of State that she was using her clout to make deals so she could make money. I really hate her because of her policies and her history. See, that I could say with a straight face and people can accept it and understand. Not like with other people, well, I hate her because she's a woman and she's sexist and she's a tomboy. Well, no, that's true. But no, that's not the reason why you should say it. It's because of her history, of her policy, what she's done. Same thing with Bernie Sanders. Well, he doesn't change his policy. His policy has always been straight and it's never changed. Oh, you mean when he voted for every U.S. conflict ever since he's been in office? Or how about education? His wife, whose university that she managed to run down the drain and is now closing. and you want free education, college. That's not going to happen. Neil Cavuto was right. How are you going to pay for it? Yeah. Bernie Sanders feeling the burn. Yeah, I feel burned all over. I'm not going to get screwed by that guy. He's a socialist pig because that's all he wants. Let the government take over. They think the government is better. You know what? I vote for myself. I've been doing that the last 2 years, and I've had other people who have done it. And there just aren't any really good ones out there anymore. You can't trust any politician. There's no accountability, and that's the problem. There should be term limits. The presidency does have it. A lot of governors do. Why can't all the other elected officials? Just think about it. I really want you to sit there and think about the candidate that you want to elect. Especially the young ones. The ones that are just started. You just turned 18, got your voter registration card, and what are you going to do? You're going to vote for Hillary because she's a woman? You're going to vote for Bernie Sanders because he's a socialist, so you like his views? You're going to vote for, Cruz because of his conservative values? Or are you going to vote for Trump because he speaks his mind and he makes sense or something? You vote for the person you think is best. The person, not the party, not the policies. Okay? Not what he stands for. It's the person that knows what he's doing. Here in Illinois, Romner, our governor, he's been trying to do what he can to balance the budget. He's a guy who has never been a politician. He's been a businessman. He's been trying to balance the budget, making cuts in the state, and they have to in order to have a balanced budget so they won't be in debt. In my opinion, they should get rid of all government pensions. That would solve a lot of the debt, a lot of states and federal government areas. But that's my opinion. I do give credit where it's due about the libertarians, but I don't always agree with them on that too. I don't label myself anymore any type of party, neither Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, whatever. I have no label. I just don't have the faith anymore because of no accountability. Anyways, that's my opinion on the elections. We'll see what happens with the Democratic convention coming up when they have to add up the delegates. And I could see that happen. People with the Bernie, he lost. Well, we should support Hillary. Okay. Yeah. I'd like to see with the Republicans. I know Trump has way too many. He's gotten a lot more than he needs. It's going to be Trump and Hillary, and then Trump is going to defeat Miss Little Hillary Clinton. I don't know what else to say. It's become to the point where this time around, and they were right about 2016. I remember they said that in 2014. They were saying, just wait until 2016. It's going to be worse. And they were right. Anyway, that's all I have for now. Let me know what you guys think. This is my desktop. I do both Windows and Linux. I dual boot, so I like going back and forth. Most of my stuff that I do my research and things, browsing and all that, I do on here. I do more of my games on the Windows side, but that's the only thing I use Windows for some of the game. Most of the other stuff I do on here. And I like Linux. I mean, look at it. It looks great. You know, you got a dock right here. You got my other icons. All my other programs are in here. You know, I do have Firefox. I do have Chrome. You know, I have the ability to do email and documents. You know, and Office stuff. It may not be Microsoft Office, but I have LibreOffice. It's a good system. It's free. It'll work on even on the oldest computers. You'd be surprised how well Linux could be good. I'm going to be doing video on other computers and stuff like that coming up. More food stuff. I got more food stuff coming up, so wait for that. Mind test. There are a few things I'm going to do tomorrow on mind test right here. I do it on Linux, and we'll see. We'll go from there. All right. So that's my 2 cents, folks. Give me a thumbs up. Leave comments down below, and subscribe to my channel. And hope to hear from you soon. And take care, and see you guys on the next video. Take care.